Hi and welcome to the My Future Business Show. My name's Rick Nusky and today I'm sitting with Emma Monro. Now, I was introduced to Emma via my business partner who wanted me to hop on a call with him to learn more about her business. How are you today, Emma?
Great, thanks, Rick. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you for joining us on the show today to talk a little bit more about your business. But before we jump into the nuts and bolts about how you can help, what we normally do is we dig a little bit deeper and we find out a little bit more about Emma before we do anything else. Would that be okay?
Absolutely.
So where are you at the moment, Emma? Where are you in Australia? You're overseas? What's happening with you?
I am in Australia for a month, so that's exciting. It's a little disappointing to come back from the American summer to Australian winter, but hey, we'll deal with it for a month.
So where in the States do you reside when you're there?
San Francisco.
San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge. Fantastic.
Yes.
Again, I'm fortunate to have the opportunity to spend a bit of time with you. So you mentioned that you're always working. Do you have any downtime for yourself?
Well, we have 7 kids between us, so no. We both run companies and have lots of kids between us, so yes, life is busy and full and joyful.
And I bet you wouldn't change a second of that. We have children of our own, and they certainly keep you busy. That's for sure and certain. They
do indeed. Yes. Yes, as my parents always said, you girls are at that difficult age between birth and 20. Well, we almost hit every age. It feels like it anyway.
So look, what is your professional background, just so that our audience has a bit of an insight into what you've been up to in your professional career?
Absolutely. So I grew up in small business. My parents had a boat building company in North Queensland. And then I, had a job since I was 14 and then got into 12 years of small business marketing and finance with a company, which was fascinating, and worked with about 1,000 businesses over that time. So it was great tuition. That's a very long tuition. So it was great, and I developed some amazing skills from that journey. I then had some time off for kids and that sort of stuff. And and then found myself doing some sales training for franchise brands in the US via Skype calls like this. Mm-hmm. Developed an app which failed dismally. But after that, I met my partner who had developed this amazing software for enterprise business in the US, and I could see with my marketing brain, my brain does something with workflows. It loves it, and I could see how this process that we've developed could be applied to small business and how small business can really grab hold of it. And so that's how we're where we are today.
We're very interested on the My Future Business Show to talk a little bit about failure, because I think there's a lot to be taken away from failures. And you mentioned that your app failed dismally. So
yes.
What did you learn from that?
Being the Aussie girl that was, newly arrived in San Francisco, and, Aussies tend to have this all-encompassing, not a naivety, but just, we're happy to share, and there is no angle, if you like. One thing over there is there is an angle. They are a lot more attuned, and VC money is in their DNA. That's how they do business. They don't, in my experience, they don't necessarily build for profit. They build for scale, which is a totally different mindset to my experience in business over here. Mm-hmm. So it was, let me just say, raising funds certainly allows you to do a lot. And when you're over there talking about your product, IP can be swiped.
Yeah. And we recently we had a commercial lawyer who was talking about protection. So for those who are listening, do a search on the site and you'll find some information about protection, and it could be relevant for you. But right now, I just want to tell the audience a little bit about what you do. Now, tell me if I'm wrong. This is about online reputation management, yes?
Yes.
Tell us more about it.
So I recognise that buyer behaviour has changed over the last 10, 15 years, and people do a lot more research than they used to before they pick up the phone or walk in your door, even if it's just to buy a coffee, right? If someone searches for, like this morning, I searched for cafe with Wi-Fi in Cleveland, and, the reviews came up first of all on Google, and I made my decision based on that. I also looked at their Instagram account to see what their food was like. So buyer behaviour has changed, right?
Yeah.
And the statistics around buyer behaviour is fascinating. 70% believe online reviews more than friends and family.
Wow.
When they're talking about a business. Now that's incredible, right? But from my experience, local area businesses tend to be a little scared of the reviews, right? Because they have no control over them. People just come in, do business and leave. And if they're emotionally moved enough, they will, manage your reputation for you online. Okay. Now, someone has to be incredibly emotionally moved to leave a 5-star review on Google.
Yeah.
Right. It has to be absolutely amazing. But how emotionally moved do you have to be to leave a 2-star review?
Well, can I just add to that? This very morning, prior to the call, I'd
Yes.
received a prompt to leave some feedback for a piece of technology that shall go unnamed.
Yes.
And I had an awful experience. And like you're saying, I was emotionally charged enough to actually take the time to do that survey. Is this where we're going with this? Is this all about surveys, or is it something different?
No, absolutely. Our process starts with surveys, because if you're not ahead of the ball, sorry, that's someone's phone. If you're not ahead of the ball and managing your online reputation, then your customers will do it for you.
Yeah.
And who are your customers that are going to be emotionally moved enough to manage that online reputation? It's going to be the annoyed ones.
Absolutely, because there's that
Yeah.
charge of energy, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. And so that's where our process begins.
So how do you know? I mean, where I've come from, for example, let's just use my example this morning. How do you know where I'm commenting? How do you track if I've, left a bit of feedback on social media versus a survey that's dedicated to a company? How do you track that?
So we have a system. So we've developed a system over the last 2 years where we get our clients' customer lists, and we have various ways of, getting their customer list, whether it's a cafe with a fishbowl right through to linking to, their customer management system and we survey those customers, but the software that we use is very smart. It has incredible completion rates. Like our closest competitor is 6 to 12% completion rate. We're 37 to 52% completion rate. I won't give the secret source as to how that happens, but what our software does is it separates the happy from the unhappy customers. So the happy customers, the 5-star reviewers, your raving fans, we share their feedback on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google, and then ask them to do a Google review. We can do Yelp and that sort of stuff as well if you're into that. And the unhappy customers, in our experience, it's not so much about putting a negative review online. They just want to be heard, right? Even if their problem isn't totally resolved, if they feel like they've been heard, they are much less likely to go online and, leave a bad review, manage your reputation for you. And the frustrating thing is that businesses, tangible local area businesses, have put so much effort into creating an in-store or in-location experience for their customers that it is soul-destroying for them if they've got a 1-star review on Google Reviews or on Facebook. But if you take control back and manage this process from the beginning, if someone goes outside the system, which, occasionally they do, if they don't feel like they've been heard and leave a 1-star review, the impact is a lot less because they've got 55-star reviews on there as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It becomes a numbers game, doesn't it?
Exactly. exactly. And and then we propel their reputation forward from that through a variety of means and ways.
Right. So my future business, Emma, is a lot about systems. So thank you very much for sharing some insights into your systems. A bit later on in the call, we'll offer listeners access to a special offer with SocialVA via My Future Business. If you were to contact myself, then you would be able to unlock that special offer. So if you're interested, look below this call and you'll find some more details on how you can contact me directly. So when we look at, first thing comes to mind, fish and chip shop owner.
Yes.
Now, they're offline. Typically,
yes.
I've not really experienced fish and chip shops where I can go and order online yet. I'm not saying that it won't be the case, but right now I'm not seeing that. So I go in there and I have a really bad experience, and then I just get onto Facebook and just can them and go, look, this is just awful, stay away from here. Do you help that type of business owner transition to the online space?
We do, absolutely, because it's about, they may not be online, but their customers are. The eyeballs are on them. So, even if they do have that one-star review, it's important to address that one-star review and that customer, but it's even more important to address, what people think about that one-star review.
Absolutely. And, this essentially has such a wide scope of impact that it just starts to blow my mind when I think about we're living in a digital world, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a client in the US, an Italian restaurant chain, who they're big enough to really, really know their numbers, and they know that if they slip by 0.1 of a 5-star rating on Google, they lose 1,000 bums on seats per year.
Wow, that's incredible. That's huge numbers.
That is massive numbers.
And especially if you're a small business, that could close your doors.
Exactly. I know clients past clients that have come to us in the 99th hour because, they're sitting at a 2.2 and they're about to close their doors, but it's too late. It is too late. Or a business, that works with us for 3 months and, we're doing the surveys and that sort of stuff, but all their responses are at a 3-star rating. It's like, well, there's something going on in your business. So from a business process perspective, it's also very insightful feedback. Sometimes, it's great to have 5-star reviews. From a business process perspective, getting a 3-star review every once in a while with really valuable feedback can propel your business even further from a process perspective.
So I think about incentives to finish off a survey, and really just want to, dig a little bit deeper, if we can, Emma, into how this actually works so that we can excite people about SocialVA and how they can get involved with you.
Absolutely.
So how does that all happen? We talk about the happy versus unhappy customer. Even if I was, if I was happy, what would be my incentive? Just that I was emotionally happy to take this survey? Do you find that there's much of an uptake for that?
There is. So as I mentioned before, our completion rates are really, really high for the industry. But also we nurture that client, the 5-star relationship. So how we do that is it's great to have the text-based review, which is shared on so many channels and ticks a lot of SEO and search boxes. But also we then turn that into amazing looking graphics and send a thank you voucher to the customer to say, thank you so much for your 5-star review. We really appreciate your business. Come back next Tuesday, have fish and chips on us and have fish and chips in the store and your desserts on us. We take it one step further, and while they're there that Tuesday night, ask them to take a photo and tag us on Instagram. We monitor and manage all that. They're now creating content for you, advertising you to their friends and family on their Instagram and Facebook pages, and giving us content that we can use to promote your business. Because it's one thing, to have a great looking dish from the chef, and that's an important part of the mix that we also support, but having a family of 4 sitting there, with all the fish and chips in front of them that they've taken themselves, that sells the message so much better.
Yeah, it seems more authentic, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And then you have this knock-on snowball effect where, friends of friends and so on. It goes.
That's right. That's exactly right. So that's the beginning part of our process.
So I suspect, I could answer this question myself, but this would be something that purely digital businesses could benefit from as well.
Yes, we do work with some digital businesses. We also work with some very established artists who can get great content, authors and photographers, clothing stores online. So yes, we do have a very wide variety of clients.
Yeah. This is amazing. So for listeners of the My Future Business Show podcast, if you are interested in learning more about SocialVA, you can go to, where can they find you online if they want to go directly to yourself?
Our website is socialva.co, or you can look for us on Instagram on It's SocialVA, and we have a lot of good informational content on there.
All right. So what we normally do is we provide a bit of a transcript of the call below the video, and we share it across our channels and syndicate it through iTunes and the likes. We'd like to put your links on there and some prompts for them, for our listeners, should I say, to contact me directly, because there's going to be, that's the only way to unlock a special bonus if you want to learn more about SocialVA via the My Future Business Show. So what else can we share with our audience today about SocialVA that will really excite them about the business and how you can help them?
Absolutely. So if I can give an example from, one of our true to life clients, is it's a mortgage company in the US that, and let's face it, mortgages aren't sexy, right? And when we first started working for them, they didn't believe that we could get mortgages for them through Instagram and Facebook. And so we ran our process to the letter. We surveyed the customers. We separated the happy from the unhappy. The 5-star reviews we turned into graphics. The 5-star reviewers, we started them on a journey, okay, and said, okay, have you unpacked yet? We'd love to see you in your new home. Take a photo, tag us on Instagram, and we'll send you a $25 Amazon gift card. Okay, that's powerful content. And then the last part of our process is creating what we call a lookalike audience. So it's people that look and behave on Facebook and Instagram like your 5-star audience, so your 5-star customers, and invite them to do business with you. So you're not only getting your existing customers to create content and advertise you to their friends and family, but you're now getting more business that looks like your 5-star customers rather than anyone.
You're leveraging technology that's already there from a massive platform. And yeah, it makes absolute sense to me. I'm sure that it's because of the way you explain it. It's just so easy to see the value behind this entire process. So thank you very much for sharing that.
My pleasure. I hope that was okay. Just to I wanted to show you a non-sexy version and how that can work, if you like, so that those business owners that are listening that sort of go, well, I don't have a fish and chip shop, I don't have a clothing store, how would that work for me? It's the same process, it's just a different application.
If you are sitting on the fence, as it were, wondering if this could help your business, the best thing to do right now is just reach out to either Emma or myself, and we'll start the process. We'll educate you some more, and I suspect people can learn more about this by going to your blog as well.
Yes, absolutely. We have plenty of examples on there.
Yes, okay, and that can be found, just let me have a look here, at socialva.co/blog. So no surprises there, some wonderful graphics. It's just a really nicely laid out format. Simple is best. And, pictograms and all the rest of it, and using this visual imagery is just the way of the future. And I just was looking through the site earlier, and I noticed that 70% of the world's mobile traffic by 2020, I think it was, will be videos. Where did that come from? I'm really interested in hearing more about that.
So I've actually just finished my Facebook certification. So I'm the 168th person in the world to receive that, which is exciting. I had to basically retrain my brain after 20 years on how to learn in a sort of university style setting on their campus. And so that, I mean, it's Facebook and Instagram. They have all the stats in the world to back up their marketing platform, and that's what they are. They're a marketing company. They're a content company. So we're sort of ahead of the pack, if you like, with getting insights that they discover, and they're researching from their end on buyer behaviour and where the eyeballs are.
Yeah, wow, look, and that's another reason to leverage the knowledge bank that is SocialVA. So, Emma, we're at half an hour already, and I could dig even deeper with you, but I think if we were just to keep going, the day would quickly go past. So thank you very much for coming on the My Future Business show today.
Thank you so much, Rick.